to you by...
We're here to build because at the end of the day, we're truly Ugandan.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to our first edition of UBC News Tonight on this 12th day of February 2022. Now, before we get into tonight's news bulletin, let's first take a look at tonight's headlines.
Brought to you by...
How to get points. Just use MTN to make calls, send SMS, load airtime, buy bundles, or pay for MTN subscription services.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
In tonight's headlines, Museveni on working visit to Congo Republic. Mityana Hospital gets a new X-ray machine. Kasanda left in darkness after vandals destroy electricity wires. And runners impress at the 28th UFA National Championship.
Brought to you by... Everywhere you go, MTN.
Good evening once again and welcome to this first edition of UBC News Tonight on this 12th day of February 2022. I'm Lauryn Kazimoto and my colleague Muhammad Mugulu will be joining us in just a few. We'll start off with our first headlining story. This evening, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is in the central town of Oyo Olombo in the Cavite region in the Republic of Congo on a working visit at the invitation of his counterpart, Republic of Congo President Denis Sassou Nguesso. President Denis Sassou Nguesso received President Museveni and his delegation at Oyo Olombo International Airport. The two leaders later held a bilateral meeting at President Sassou Nguesso's official residence in Oyo Olombo ahead of their formal delegation meeting this Saturday.
No. They are very lucky here.
Now, the Ministry of Health has delivered a multitask tuberculosis therapy machine to Mityana General Hospital as part of President Museveni's pledge towards this facility. The consignment has been delivered by Lands Minister Judith Nabakova this afternoon. We have the details.
Lands Minister Judith Nabakova recently delivered a medical facility to Mityana General Hospital following an abrupt visit by the Premier to the facility that exposed its below average health services. Since then, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has directed the Ministry of Health to accord the hospital basic requirements. Now the Ministry of Health through the Lands Minister Judith Nabakova has delivered another medical consignment to the hospital.
This equipment is a fully-fledged X-ray machine. It takes chest X-rays for TB screening. If you have heard in the media before, TB out in the community, people are not coughing, but people have tuberculosis. So this X-ray is mobile.
I want to thank Dr. General Baching, who has been at the center of seeing that what the President directed must be fulfilled in the Mityana district.
The Lands Minister was flanked by Mityana District Chairperson.
It's the main hospital, regional hospital, but imagine when a patient comes here, if you want to make checkups, they have to go outside and pay for the service. Then they come back and get medication or treatment in this hospital. So here I want to thank the government for thinking about Mityana.
And the beauty, it can be moved from one place to another, meaning that as the district, if you plan well, then services can be even taken to our health center for us. We mobilize the communities to go there for the chest x-ray, and they can be positioned to know their lives better.
The tuberculosis X-ray and therapy machine is estimated at $120,000.
Identifies mainly TB, but also it can identify ribs that are broken. It can identify a pneumonia. It can identify an enlarged heart. But for now, it is able to only do the chest.
Residents and patients hailed the government for the gesture.
Sanyufunga kansa w'ekitundu kino okubanga abantu bange bafunye ekyuma tebagenda kuddamu kufiira mu kkubo nga bagenda mu bende.
Ne kati tuwulira essanyu lingi nnyo okulaba nga tufunye ekyuma ate n'ebirala bijja n'eddagala abeewo omwana wattu n'abakooba.
However, the event nearly turned into a political stage as patients and residents chanted and praised Minister Nabakoba for bridging the gap for service delivery between government and the districts. Mityana residents and some opinion leaders, however, want the facility uplifted to the regional referral hospital so that it can offer better services. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
The State Minister for National Guidance, Godfrey Kabianga, has warned schools against chasing away pregnant learners out of class. Kabianga advises that students who were impregnated during the 2-year lockdown should be allowed to continue with their studies.
The 2-year lockdown due to COVID-19 pandemic left a number of girls pregnant and others engaging in early marriage. The State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabianga, now advises schools to allow pregnant students stay at school, including those breastfeeding, to continue with their studies. He said this during a meeting with the school management and students of Mutanywana Senior Secondary School in Bukonzo County, East in Kasasa District.
But I would like to request the school management, please, the children who came back pregnant, don't chase them away. We are all sinners. That's why the reverends are there. To keep preaching to us that we should come, that we should leave what we are doing and turn to the Lord.
The management of Mutanywana SS said the school needs support from government in terms of infrastructure and teachers.
So one of our major urgent needs of the school is 1, a science laboratory, and then 2 classroom blocks. And this is what we have presented to the minister.
Bukonzo County East MP Harold Tone Muhindo accompanied the minister and pledged to work closely with government in ensuring that the school gets a computer lab for a better learning environment.
We have pledged a number of things here together with the minister to follow up with the government to ensure that there is allocation of funds in the subsequent budgetary allocations. We have also said we are going to follow with the Ministry of ICT to ensure that this school gets a computer laboratory. It is very necessary. You are aware that computer is a compulsory subject now right away from Senior 1.
Mutabari Moses, Irene Nakungu for UBC News.
UPDF and FADC joined military operation against the Allied Democratic Forces rebels, raising much hope in violence-laden northeastern DR Congo. Congolese have reacted to the operations aiming at eradicating the ADF rebels in DRC, a nightmare shared by a joint operation.
The northeastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo has continued to suffer the consequence of armed conflicts since late 1990s. Despite having an elected government in Kinshasa, the country still faces challenges in consolidating peace throughout its territory. The eastern regions of the Democratic Republic of Congo has repeatedly and consistently experienced high insecurity and repeated incidents of violence.
Watengeneze kama askari chakula anakuja tutaingia watatengeneza askari chakula ndani.
Hakuna shida. Sasa umebaki wewe
Since 30th November 2021, Uganda People's Defense Force and Congolese Army FARDC have been engaged in a fight against Allied Democratic Force rebel group accused of terrorism and forcing children to participate in armed hostilities. This situation provided opportunities for the UPDF in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo in pursuit of the rebels conducting joint operations with FARDC army.
We want us to work together hand in hand so that we get the locations of enemy so that we can flush him out. Let them give us information because they are our ears and eyes in this operation.
Congolese, on the other hand, welcomes the joint military operations between UPDF and FARDC army for a lasting peace.
Wana wasoda namna wanakia tuona, nifurahi sana. Maeneo yetu kila siku mauaji, eneo yetu.
Mauaji kutoka wapi?
Kutoka kule bandari kutuua kila siku.
They have suffered for decades as a result of conflicts of armed rebel groups.
Sisi tumekuwa masikini sababu ya hawa watu. Si hatutaki hawa watu watoke kule ili na sisi tena tukue vizuri. Wandugu wetu wanakufa na njaa, wanakufa na magonjwa sababu ya kukosa vya kukula. Asante.
Hapa sisi tuko na mwili kama ya kwako. Na damu iko kama ya kwako. Na tumekuja tufanye pamoja tuone kwamba adui anaisha. Si ndio hiyo?
UPDF troops are still in the thick forests since the beginning of the operation on the 30th November 2021. The operation's Suja's focus is to eliminate the ADF and create a conducive environment for the citizens of both countries. Haruna Mutesa Sira, UBC News.
The Acting Executive Secretary, Uganda National Council for Science and Technology, Dr. Martin Patrick Ongol, has met with the Parliamentary Committee on Presidential Affairs at the Technology, Innovation and Business Incubation Centre, Namamve. Dr. Ongol said innovation centres are to be established across the country to retool graduates, craftsmen and technicians who are to be equipped with vocational skills.
Transforming from a peasant society to a modern and prosperous country by 2040 is one of Uganda's aspirations. However, inadequate human resources in science and technology, low industrialization and value addition is holding the national initiative back. The Acting Executive Secretary, Uganda National Council for Science and Technology, Dr. Martin Patrick Ongol, says innovation centers are to be established across the country to retool graduates, craftsmen and technicians with vocational skills.
Here we are looking at researchers, we are looking at innovators, we are also looking at companies, we are also looking at NGOs. They can come here as long as what they are working towards is along creativity, innovation, new products that will enter into the commercialization pathway.
Ongol says the project is expected to create over 12,000 direct and indirect jobs because it will enhance the emergence of technology-oriented business startups.
Like around 10 of such categories, and only one or two goes through, the returns from that investment is quite high, and it will help us to drive the system forward. And actually we are now working at the business plan for this center and also for the one in Kirura district.
The chairperson in Presidential Affairs Committee, Ababiku Jessica, explained that such projects will act as a platform for technology development via processing industry and learning factory models.
If we don't do that, all these learnings in which we are will not translate into money economy. So for us, this is a very good initiative by the President, and we pray that all stakeholders to support this initiative, but we must do our best to ensure that the target for this center is achieved.
The centers are supported by the People's Republic of China through Exim Bank. Robert Katamba, UBC News.
Vandals have stolen electricity wires of a three-phase line interconnecting in Kasanda district. The incident has affected business flow, petrol stations, hotels and welding and fabrications, among others. Leaders are now seeking the intervention of Umeme to have electricity flow restored. We have the details.
Despite being a few kilometers away from the vibrant Mityana district, Kasanda Town Council is experiencing darkness after suspected vandals stole electricity lines connecting the area on the national grid. The theft of the three-phase electricity wire between Wabikere and Mianzi has now disrupted the businesses in the area already experiencing water shortage, dust within the town council among other challenges.
nagezaako okukubira abawumeme obuzibu tusanze nti basala okuva basala emiti buli lunaku ffe ng'abasuubuzi nze kyemmanyi w'abasuubuzi naye batubbye ate n'abasuubuzi abasinga bambi abakozesa amasanyalaze baavuwadde. Njagala ngulo nga nnungi, njagala amasanyalaze, njagala enkulankulana nga ffe tukwatiddeko n'ekyamazima kakati enfuufu ekikuba ebinnya bikuba amasanyalaze amazzi.
The proprietors of hotels have also adversely affected and need urgent intervention by the way of electricity reconnection to operate businesses in the hotels.
The load is okay, but the load, there is too much dust on it, and if you have too much dust on the road, which means you can't have a good service for the hotel and the entire district. So we need to have the nice roads, that is Tamaka Road, as a Kasanda district, and for the case of the power, let those people who is concerned to arrange that thing of the power thing.
The Kasanda district chairperson Zimula Kasri condemned the theft of electricity wires, which has affected people's businesses in the district.
As we talk, we have talked to some individuals and organizations to bring development in Kasanda. We are going to tarmac some kilometers around the city, at least to reduce on the dust that is flying around the town. We are happy and privileged that some people from Kasanda have decided to develop Kasanda. At least as you move around, you can see some arcades and some stored houses within Kasanda. Chato gave us a hotel where we can accommodate our visitors, and the others are still coming up.
Despite the fact that several town councils in Kasanda district are dropping fast, the need for electricity, good roads and water supply remain a key demand by the community. Abdul Nasir Lubwam and Fred Kasivanti for UBC News.
UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but we'll return with business stories and more. Don't move an inch.
MBs are now bigger MBs only on MTN. When you load a daily bundle of 250 shillings, you no longer get 15 MBs, you get 25 MBs. For 500 shillings, you no longer get 40 MBs, you get 65 MBs. For 1,000 shillings, it's no longer 100 MBs, it's 165 MBs. Dial *150 *10 hash or use the My MTN app to load bigger daily bundles only on MTN.
Our Ugandan story isn't a new one. It's not about where we come from. It's about what can be accomplished when we're working, living, and growing together. It's about speaking the same language, the language of progress. We're Ugandans building Uganda with Ugandans, skilling Ugandans and developing competencies required in the oil and gas sector, partnering with Ugandan businesses to achieve greatness. We're here to build because at the end of the day, we're truly Ugandan.
Start the year off with My Airtel 4G smartphone.
phone. You get to enjoy free 1 GB data valid for a month and 100% bonus data every month for 3 months at only 250,000 Uganda shillings. This includes free data spread over 3 months worth 86,500 Uganda shillings, making the effective price of the 4G phone 163,500 Uganda shillings only. Visit the nearest Airtel shop and get one today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Baganda call it munene munene. The Banyankole muhango. The Acholi dit dong dit. The Bagishu humubafubalfu. It means king size freshness for all. Movit Family Soap is giving you a fresh start for your family. This soap is indeed so big. Tagwerera muwangazi ate it has a great kawowo. Oh naba, no naba, kare no nabi dala. Available in coconut, aloe vera, lemon and rose. Find the king size Movit Family Soap in all Dukas, Nespa markets close to you. Movit all day confidence.
Transact and win money after money with Airtel Money. 1.5 billion shillings in cash prizes up for grabs. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back from that break, and now into the world of business. The Ministry of Tourism has launched the Aloysia Organic Eco-Tourism Center aimed at educating and training people in the use of herbal medicine. Now, Sophie Balijuka Kayongo, the in-charge product development and investment at Uganda Tourism Center, says they are to market Aloysia Eco-Tourism Center locally and internationally.
Uganda is blessed with nature and the best eco-friendly tourist destination with a wide range of medicines. Aloysia Organic Ecosystem Tourism Center has been launched to explore the healing activities that nature has. Sophie Balijuka Kayongo from Uganda Tourism Board says the Ecosystem Center is timely given the diversity of species it has and its medical purposes.
Travelers are looking out for healing products, for products that are conserving environment, for products that are preserving the environment, for products that are protecting the environment. So an ecotourism product presents these opportunities to travelers who want to reconnect back to nature, but also explore the healing opportunities that nature provides, because that we learned from COVID that most of the medicines that we crave for are found in nature. So this is a timely initiative by Aloysia, and Uganda Tourism Board appreciates that timely initiative. So as the Uganda Tourism Board, we pledge our support.
The Ecotourism Center is sitting on 49 acres of land with students being trained the use of herbal medicines, with proprietors optimistic to create revenue and more awareness.
These young men and women who are studying here are not only coming here like they are on tourism. No, they are coming here actually to learn how to treat Ugandans. Why should we be dependent on foreign people to come and treat our people here? We have got the brains, we have got the body, we have got the ability, we have got nature.
The center has over 500 species, including Centella asiatica, locally known as Kabokamwala, Karika papaya, commonly known as Ehipapali in Lusoga language, and Papali in Luganda, among others.
The beauty of the place is that we are putting it out there to the world to be able to recognize it. Our websites are going to be open very soon, and the idea is to ignite. We are igniting something, and we are sure that this fire is going to be a contagious kind of fire which will spread and be able to inspire many other people to embrace ecotourism. We want to really appreciate National Drug Authority in this 10-year celebration. We have had a lot of ventures organized with National Drug Authority, a number of audits done, a number of visits, a number of trainings, and to us, this growth and this journey is also credited to them.
Ugandans have also been urged to desist from negative propaganda about herbal medicine.
Herbal medicine is the way to go, has less side effects, it's less toxic. Herbal medicine is is good to those diseases eziba zitandika obutandisa okuluma ezitagenze under surgery.
The launch of Aloysia Ecotourism Center coincided with the 10 years of Aloysia Organic, with proprietors vowing to come up with more innovations. Sudat Kai, UBC News.
Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board has appealed for a reduction in the cost of data to enable students access virtual learning. This has been echoed by the Deputy Executive Secretary, Examination Management, Dr. Nahmia Wilfred, during a training at Isbat University. We have more.
Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board has conducted an IT and software training with intentions of boosting skills among learners for literacy enhancement. The Deputy Executive Secretary, Examinations Management, Dr. Nahmia Wilfred, says students need sufficient data to handle hands-on skills like IT and multimedia technologies.
Take this chance to call upon the relevant ministries and government in general, because if you want to benefit from ICT, then the environment upon which the students are studying, then the Ministry of ICT and Ministry of Education must put up strategies that can aid at making data very, very cheap. But
data is a challenge in the system. However, we have requested the service providers and even the ministries to consider this case.
The Vice Chancellor Isbat University, Professor Dr. K.M. Matthew, says the university is ready to support this initiative to enable students acquire hands-on skills.
We were giving free data to all our students to access our academic activities 24/7 from anywhere in the world.
When you find vision, something that you want to do, something that, vision is a product of sight. You don't see it, you see it in the future. It's not what you see with your eyes. You find your purpose in that line.
UBTEB has so far assessed Isbat University and wants it to be one of the learning institutions to offer hands-on skills on certificate and diplomas. Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
MBs are now bigger MBs only on MTN. When you load a daily bundle of 250 shillings, you no longer get 15 MBs, you get 25 MBs. For 500 shillings, you no longer get 40 MBs, you get 65 MBs. For 1,000 shillings, it's no longer 100 MBs, it's 165 MBs. Dial *150 *10 hash or use the My MTN app to load bigger daily bundles only on MTN.
Raising Voices.
I feel happy when my father spends time with me. I hope all fathers will like my father. I want my father to reach out to all fathers. He knows how important it is to be a good father. I promise to help my father inspire other fathers to change.
In this time of COVID, what is your promise to the children of Uganda? Because a violence-free childhood is everyone's right. Raising Voices.
Start your day bright and early with good morning bundles from Airtel. That's right. Enjoy brighter days with 2 GB at 5,000 shillings, valid for 24 hours. Join that morning agent meeting. Close that online business deal. Catch up with loved ones. Do it all with the most affordable data bundles. Dial *175 hash to buy good morning bundles from 12 a.m. to 11:59 a.m. and enjoy 2 GB, valid for 24 hours from time of purchase. Good morning bundles for the best day ahead with Airtel, the smartphone network.
And now into the world of sports. Uganda Athletics Federation has hosted its 28th National Cross Country Championship at the golf course in Tororo district. It's attracted some of the best runners in the country and lived to its billing. We have more.
The Eastern Uganda district of Tororo has hosted the 2022 National Cross Country Championship. It was a collection of the country's best runners, and despite the long layoff as a result of COVID-19, was worth watching.
It has been very successful, very entertaining, very electrifying, because we saw new champions, we saw Olympic champions beaten.
It was contested in 4 categories, with the junior main event won by Yeko Desmas and Martin Kiprotich in second, while Rogers Kibet was third. Police Athletics Club's Scarlett Chebet edged all in the 6-kilometer junior women, with the Uganda Wildlife Authority's Lois Chekemoy in close pursuit. The senior women's category was epic, to say the least, because almost all the country's top female runners turned up. Ultimately, Marceline Chelangat of Police Club finished ahead of all, including Sarah Chelangat in second, and Olympic steeplechase champion Peruth Chemutai in third.
So happy to be in Tororo cross country, especially after Olympic. I have some challenge in my knee. I feel some pain inside the knee, but I'm so happy today to be top 3. Yeah.
Uganda Wildlife Authority Club dominated the men's senior 10-kilometer, with Ali Chebures crossing first, followed by teammate Geoffrey Kusuro.
The race was not easy, but I managed to win.
He's the one. So what are your targets ahead of the season that has begun today officially?
I'm still targeting Commonwealth.
Excellence was rewarded with several cash prizes from MTN, while Lactic Sports offered brand new shoes to inspire the junior category winners in both genders. Brilliant performers will represent Uganda at world level later, but in the interim, local runners brace for the source of the Nile Marathon. John Barnes, Sentamo, reporting.
Brought to you by.
We're here to build, because at the end of the day, we're truly Ugandan.
Well, thank you so much for your company, but do join us for our second edition with more stories at 10 o'clock. I'm Lauryn Kazimoto and Muhammad Mugalu in Sign Language. We will see you at 10.
National Medical Stores is a government agency mandated to buy, store and distribute